Hi there, welcome to CloudStep. My name's Daryl. Today I wanted to show you the 10-minute model, how to get one started, and the sort of outputs and reports that you can generate in a matter of minutes. To get started with the 10-minute model, you do need an RV Tools output. If you look up here, we have a little bit of information about RV Tools. And we use RV Tools to generate a free cloud assessment. Look, it is typically in under 10 minutes. It does depend a little bit on the size of the environment. So why not upload the file, sit back, grab a coffee, and then come back and have a look at your report. So to get started, we do need you to enter just a couple of details. And once you've done that, you'll arrive on a screen that looks a lot like this. But to get there, we do need to capture a couple of little details, your name, address, and email. No credit details are required, just simply enter your details here. Okay, so we'll take a test drive. And there we are. So a little bit of navigation up the top, but what we want to concentrate on today is how to build that first model. So over here on the left hand side, just simply enter a customer name and select a RV Tools export file. So you can see the file name here and just simply press get started. Okay, the model will take several minutes to generate, and what you can see over here is the steps that it's going through to create the first initial report. Toasts are presented on the right hand side. That's just showing that the model is actually working for you. The little bell icon up the top here is showing how many changes have been completed, those that are still waiting, those that might be for a retry, for example. Once those calculations are done, it's going to provide us a summary, and it's also going to provide us a word report. The intention of this word report is that you can take exports from that and grab what information is relevant and share it with your customer. The goal here is really to start to get the customer engaged, getting them moving from just being curious about cloud to getting serious about cloud. So we can see down the bottom left here that the report has been completed, and we'll just open that report now. So we can see it's for dysprosium test, and we can see in this instance it's recommended that the cloud migration is the cheapest scenario. Now I guess, yes, we're going to expect to see that because the product is called CloudStep, but the reality is what we want to be able to do is build that initial report, that initial interest, and then update the model with the customer's real numbers and not a bunch of assumptions. So if we return back to the CloudStep and we actually have a look at some of the reports and information that's available, we can now start to access things like cash flow model, where graphs are actually built, and there's some detail in terms of expenditure, and we're able to flip between the on-premise scenario versus the cloud migration scenario. So we just click up here, and what we'll see is that changing, and it'll also be reflected in the table below. When you're a first-time user, whenever you click on one of these, you'll get some additional detail about what the actual report is providing. Just simply click here. This particular financial overview we find has been really useful to encourage not only the IT department but also the finance area to really lean in and start to unlock some of their numbers that they've got that generate their environment. Other output is the cost profile. Cost profile is actually detailing expenditure on a financial year basis across different cost categories. These can be updated and edited at any point in time. For example, current virtual machine management has been identified as costing $24,000 a year. We can click on current virtual financial management and we'll get some more detail. But the 10-minute model is just the start in what's available within CloudStep. You might want to build upon the 10-minute model by actually starting to have a bit more of a detailed look about how the team is currently structured today and what it's going to look like when you move forward. You might want to update the managed services component. And every time you make some changes, those changes will be reflected in the model, and you'll see that change both in CapEx and OpEx up here in the top right, or throughout other pages within the tool. After you've done the foundation model, switch across to advanced modelling. Start to explore how applications can be redeployed. Ensure that you've got correct assignment of application to infrastructure, and a whole lot more. So good luck with getting started with your first 10-minute model. If you need any help or any support, down the bottom here is a chat icon that'll establish a session to our team, or simply send a support request to support@cloudstep.io. Feel free to book a demonstration session and we can explore some of this in more detail. Thanks again for joining. Bye-bye.